now we have The Flash. And, of course, Ezra Miller shooting some stuff. Now, again, and then again, I just, obviously the two of the comments that were like right at the beginning of the stream, and I'm just like, come on, guys. Come on. Obviously there's like I talked about this yesterday. I don't want to go through the whole thing again. And I've been talking about it today is, massive reshoots. That means you get your movie ripped to shreds. Okay. That means the whole thing is getting ripped to shreds. Look up the thing massive, apparently according to a new report, but at the same time, I don't like where it's coming from. I don't like where it's coming from. I really don't. I don't like where it's coming from. Thank you, Patton. Hit up the Lotus VFX team. There you go. But yes, there is this article from The Wrap that was released today, but it's by Scoopy Pants. Ugh. But it says Ezra Miller returns to the Flash set for a day of pickup shots. Exclusive! So that was released today. So that was added to it. Yeah. I don't like where it's coming from. I don't. But if you think about it, stuff I wanted to think about, when it comes to a certain other individual, okay? A certain other individual. This guy right here. What have I said? Like, if he shot the Black Adam cameo, he probably shot the Flash one too, okay? God knows when. I don't know when, but maybe he shot something. So then we have Ezra Miller getting brought back. Last I heard, Ezra Miller was on the run. Are people still going with that narrative? Who knows? But apparently he's just showing up to, he's just showing up to Warner Brothers and shooting pickup shots and shit like that. So pickup shots, a day of pickup shots. So everything in front of a green screen. I'm kind of wondering, now, if this report is true, and Cavill shot something, possibly Gal Gadot. I don't think Ben shot anything because, obviously when people are trying to connect the dots and everything like that, that picture of Ben Affleck with fans in LA, he still had the full beard. I don't know. I think Ben did all the stuff that Ben needed to do for the Flash because, he's not just doing cameos. He's part of the story. We can't forget that he's part of the story. But, the other two, possibly maybe. But I'm just saying, apparently if this is true, and if Cavill, from what I gathered, Cavill shooting his little added bonus to the Flash, that means they're going to probably have something stitched together 2 different times. That's possible. Look at Zack Snyder's Justice League. Obviously, when you see the nightmare scene with Jared Leto and Ben Affleck, they were not on set at the same time. That was, one of them, they shot one side and then they shot other and they had stand-ins and it was stitched together perfectly, obviously. Obviously, when you think of Justice, when they try to stitch it together literally in the same shot, don't do that because that's just awful because they try to do that. Remember when they did the reshoots with Ben and Gal and it was 2 different things and their eyes weren't even lined up together? It was really weird. Don't do that. I don't know what the hell they were thinking with that. But it's possible to do it, obviously, when it's one coverage, the other coverage, one coverage, you go back and forth, you have a stand-in, easily done when it comes to that. So that's my guess is if Ezra did have a day of pickups where it's just a lot of coverage in front of a green screen and, they add a little bonus, and I'm like, all right, cool. So maybe that is true. And maybe, and it just leads me to believe it is true. And Cavill definitely shot his cameo, his little cameo that they added at the end of The Flash. So, again, nothing massive. We don't want massive. Stop it. Jesus. I know. I just love the pushback. And again, this is what the scooping game also does, is it creates this tribalism and I'm like, no, we don't want that. It's totally fine. We don't want that. We don't want the massive. We just wanted something just added right there. And this is only a day of pickups. That's not massive. Pickup shots. Just not. It's probably just a lot of coverage and stuff like that. And then, of course, if he did it last week, you could still have picture lock this week because all you had to do is just take that footage. I had some people going well, I thought this thing was picture locked. I'm like, it doesn't take... If he shot it last week, you can easily put in the takes into the movie and have picture lock. I mean, my God. I think Robert Meyer Burnett, he even talked about it too. He talked about the specifics when it comes to picture lock on the Campea show, if you guys saw that. And, that was pretty cool. I mean, I was like, okay, yeah, he explained what picture lock is, because you have to have that picture lock so then you can finish the VFX, because you can't just have it all over the place and you can't just start changing shit, because these VFX take a long time. They take a long time to do, and they're expensive. Hey, so there you go with that. So you wanted to... I want it to be true. Who knows? Like I said, I don't like where it's coming from. I don't like the source. Scoopy pants. But at the same time, I'm like, kind of fits Cavill, all that kind of stuff. So